Hi everyone, it's Ketan Makwana again from Enterprise Lab. I hope you're well and welcome to another edition of the League of Disruptors show. So we're in for an intense week this week. We've got so many guests coming onto the show, but I'm really excited about today. Today I've got a dual team of Veronika Sam and inspiring Vanessa, and boy do you want to watch this. Seriously, we've got a 10-year-old who's absolutely tearing up stages at the moment with her motivational speaking and stuff. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Veronika and Vanessa. Hi guys, how are you?
We're good. Thank you for having us.
No problem. Great to have you guys online. And Vanessa, wow, you just I think you're fresh off stage, aren't you? You were actually on stage earlier this weekend, is that correct?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what have you been up to?
Well, it was quite a busy weekend for us. So on Saturday, as you were saying, I went to go and speak at Superpower Live by H Academy, which is led by Eric Coe. And then yesterday, which was Sunday, we went to a Christmas fair so we can sell my canvases.
Beautiful. Can you raise it up a little bit so everyone can see that? Look at that. Not only have we got a 10-year-old motivational speaker, we've got an artist, we've got all sorts of things on the budding makings to go. I think we're going to have some real fun this afternoon, Vanessa. So, oh wow, is it on? Let's live life you have imagined. So, are these all motivational messages you have on your paintings?
Yeah.
Excellent. How many of these have you got?
We've got about 10 or something.
Wow, and you've done them all, have you?
They're up for grabs. You know, the big size is how much?
The medium ones like this is about, if you have your hands like this.
Yeah.
This is £20. So we've also got one in blue as well.
We've got different colours, yeah.
And then we've got these large ones, which are £30, and you can also buy them in different shades of colours, such as blue, pink, purple and green. So yeah.
Fantastic. So you got your own little gallery going as well. This is amazing. So we've got a few people online today, so I think we'll probably get some questions from the audiences as well. So if you guys are okay to take some questions, that'd be quite cool. We've got Tamara online, we've got Beja online, we've got a few other people who are watching. I haven't announced who they are, but guys, if you're watching out there, make sure you set out the questions that you have for Veronika and Vanessa, and we'll be sure to get those answered. So look, while we're going through this, guys, Veronika, let's start with you. Network marketer, you do all this work with mums and stuff. Do you want to give us a bit more background on all of this? What have you been up to, and the whole story of sort of where you guys are today?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a single mom to Vanessa. And I've been in childcare for about 15 years. So I've always wanted to work around children and helping other people. And then as well, having Vanessa made me realise that I wanted to be around her. And then I had the privilege of being, in a childcare industry, to be working around the side, along the side with her.
Yeah.
But as she was growing up, I've been made redundant about 3 times in the last 2 years, which, the industry and all that is just really kids growing up, and then you get made redundant or the parents get made redundant, and then you kind of lose a job.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to think about way out kind of thing, or have some backup, and
find a solution.
Find a solution to a problem. Yeah, that's the motivation coming out. And I started my business last year in January, actually. That was kind of helping me to earn extra income along the side what I was doing, and I was working, but also gives me peace of mind to not to worry if something like that comes up. If if I'm they're getting rid of me in a job, then I have something on the side. So that's why I'm trying to, and I'm helping other mums to do the same, so they can have the freedom, they can be around their children and work from home as well.
That's amazing. So I think it's very much around the whole focus of being able to, whether you're a single parent or two parents, for working mums to be able to actually spend more time, precious time with their children as well. So I mean, obviously one of the clearest motivations that you had was, in between these jobs and everything, is to actually spend as much time as you could with Vanessa, really. But she seems like she's becoming her own boss, actually. So I don't know how much longer.
Me around.
So Vanessa, let's come over to you. 10-year-old motivational speaker, been on stages with Eric Ho and so many other people. I've seen you with Warren Ryan, and you've been doing some amazing stuff. And you're only 10 years old. I think when I was 10 years old, I was figuring out what cartoon I wanted to watch on TV, let alone anything else. So tell us more about how this all started. How did you get started in all of this?
Well, I started about 8 months ago. I started speaking about 8 months ago, and it all started when me and Mum were watching Warren Inspire Ryan on the camera telling his story. And I was just like, who is this man? So then we started to learn more about him, and then one day he messaged my mum saying, would you like to come to an event that I'll be speaking at? And we were like, of course we would. So that was nice, actually seeing him off of the screen. So then basically we met him, and it was absolutely amazing. And then when I heard him speak, I was so intrigued, and I was just so amazed that he's helping people and speaking to others, because I love talking, so that's good for me.
That's brilliant.
Because it was just like,
I don't know who you take after.
I don't know. I take after myself.
Oh, brilliant answer.
But yeah, and then I was just like, it's so amazing how you can make an impact on other people's lives, and you can get paid for it at the same time. Like, what a cool job.
Isn't it just?
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
That's phenomenal. So you actually saw a video, and from that video you became inspired by what Warren was doing, and the fact that through the network you got this opportunity to go and see Warren speak live, and then really see what the work he's doing. So what has that done for you now? So do you feel like that this is part of your future? This is what you want to be able to do? Go and create a community and give back and be able to inspire others? Because I mean, don't get me wrong, you have just been taking stages where you've got people, loads and loads of people. Some that obviously a lot of people are much older than you, and yet you're there driving so much inspiration and stuff. I mean. 8 months. It's only been 8 months, and you've catalogued so many stages, so many different stages. What is it that you want to do with all of this? Where do you want to go?
Well, basically, I think that's actually a really good question. Well, I would never have thought that I would be speaking on stage in front of how many people, I don't know, but I would never think that I would be a speaker myself. So it was actually quite a shock to me that I was actually good at it, because I would never think that I would be good at speaking, but on stage. I am quite a confident person, and I do like talking on stage, but I would never think it would come to something big like this. So yeah, I definitely think that it could be part of my future as when I'm an adult, being a world-class speaker, or I think it would be pretty cool life.
Amazing. That's amazing. Now look, this is the question to both of you, because obviously you're only 10 years old yet, and you're still obviously got a lot of commitment with school, having to you're spending pretty much all your weekends out networking and going to these events, and as a speaker myself, I know that it can be very energy consuming. You can feel quite drained, because you get really excited before you go on stage, and then you got all that. You remember, it's not just your energy; it's the energy you're broadcasting out to people. They have to really suck out of your energy as well. Basically, how are you guys keeping up the whole balance of school and speaking? How's that working? What's the secrets there?
It's been quite a few a few weekends that we had packed with events, and then Vanessa, had
every weekend.
You can tell them
we've got an event. Let's go.
You can tell them what people have you met as well, because people know the big speakers as well. You can tell them who you interview, who you met already, so people will already know.
We've got quite a few people watching this now. We've got people from all over the world that's coming. And Scott Hyde is in from Thailand, and we've got my mum's watching this actually. A lot of my friends are actually watching this. So tell the world. I mean, this. I think some people don't really understand what it takes to be a speaker in that respect. It's not just as easy as just getting on stage. You've got to have a story, you've got to have impact, you've got to have energy, and this whole balance between, because you're only 10. I mean, at the end of the day, it's phenomenal. And I know I keep coming back to say that you're only 10, but this is why I wanted you guys on the League of Disruptors, because you're disrupting at the age of 10. Imagine what you're going to be doing when you're 20. I think you are going to rule the world in that respect. But how do you manage that balance? What do you do? I mean, do you have any little rituals? Do you make sure that you go to bed early during the weekdays? How do you do this?
Well, it's type of like, if we have if we've had let's say example, we've had an event, we've had events one to another for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And then we see that there's another event coming on Monday. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to say no to that because we need rest to wait for it, and then we can go to another event. I mean, there will be another one. So, but it's just kind of keeping it on balance is tiny bit hard, but overall it's fine, isn't it?
It's just rushing because obviously she still have the work that she needs to do for school. So it's been kind of hectic because she's been painting a lot of her paintings for the Christmas fair.
And then I need to do everything for school, like homework and athletics and spellings and
athletics. Do you say? So you're also a bit of a
mathletics.
Oh, mathletics. Oh, wow. So you've got a lot of commitments going on for such a young girl. I mean, I have a daughter, Kia, and she's 11 years old. In fact, we were only talking about you on the train home yesterday because we went into town, and I was saying that, look, there's this young girl called Vanessa that's coming on my show, and she's only 10 years old, and she's a motivational speaker. And do you know what? My daughter's actually just turned around and said, well, she's 10 and she can do it, I can do this. So I mean, my daughter likes music and choir and stuff like that, but she's very much like you. She has the confidence. I think in terms of talking, definitely a talkathon, but it takes you said a little bit earlier, Vanessa, that you didn't think that you could talk to or talk to so many people off a stage and stuff, or have so much impact. What did it feel like the first time you went on stage?
To be honest, I was really nervous because Warren, he wants to push people out of their comfort zone, and he really wants you to do some really crazy things. And then I'm in my head, I'm just like,
got a little actress here as well.
Amazing.
I don't want to do that on stage. I don't want people to look at me doing that. But it's true. I was he was just like, oh yeah, and you need to act like a superhero and put your hands on your hips and go, I'm feeling. And I'm in my head, I'm just like, what on earth is he telling me to do? But after a while, it's just you kind of get more comfortable with it and things. Because to be honest, I'm still working on not caring what other people think. Even though I have complete self-love, it still hurts inside, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So that's why we're trying to get tips with people to try and help that get away. So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, it's really important. Some of the things that you've measured, you've talked about. Balance is one thing that you talked about a bit earlier, and I think what I wanted to take out of that, guys, is the fact that the power of no is just as powerful as the power of yes. I mean, I'm not saying that you pick and choose the best things, but at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, then how are you going to be able to perform? So you're no good to yourself or anyone if you can't create that balance. So it's really, I'm really pleased to hear how you make decisions to say, look, I'm sorry, I would love to, but I can't. And it's kind of maybe a next time, because you're right, you know, it's not like these opportunities aren't there. In fact, the more you are getting exposed or the more speaking you're doing, I think you're getting more and more requests. So this is really, really, really good stuff. I think on the other side, what you're about this whole thing about getting on stage and your first experiences, I think most people have that natural little bit of anxiety and nervousness, so you get a little bit nervous. But it's amazing how you actually, Vanessa, you talk about the fact that actually you just started to look from within and say, what is it that I want to say? Where do I want to be? You know, even though people around you are telling you be like this and, you know, strike poses and stuff, you are still, you know, brave enough within your own mind to say, I'm going to do it my way. And I think that's something very, very, very special. So congratulations on that, and keep that. Whatever you do, keep your originality. It's not authenticity, just keep to who you are. I mean, you seem to be kind of building up, you know, among the ranks of these speakers. I think TEDx is not far away from you. I don't know if you've ever thought about doing a TEDx, guys, have you?
No, we haven't got that far yet. No.
I think you guys should do it. It would bloody be awesome. So I just want to, Vanessa, I'm just going to steer a little way of attention from you back to your mother. Is that okay? Is that all right? Do you mind?
Yeah.
I just got to make sure, because you know.
No worries.
So, Veronika, I want to talk a little bit about this, because some of our audiences are parents. You know, some of our audiences also obviously need to create a lot of work-life balance and stuff like this. What sort of tips do you have for any mothers or fathers out there that want to kind of encourage their kids to get into this type of activities, or even if it's any other activity? It doesn't matter what the activity is. What sort of tips do you have in regards to balance? Because obviously you're a single mother and you're having to do all of this.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice would you have for any parents out there?
It can get pretty hectic. Yeah, it can get pretty hectic, and people are saying, "Oh my God, you another event, and you going to this event," and you know. So I said, we having Warren's organising the massive event for next weekend.
Yeah, self-development of the year, right? So, yeah.
Of the year, so there's still tickets available, guys. If you message me, you know, we can get you on there, because it's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be the biggest audience so far that Vanessa had. She'll be meeting the world-class speakers, and Caleb Maddox as well himself.
Awesome.
It's gonna be 1,000 people, so that's gonna be so far the biggest that you stood on the stage and spoke in front of. So
the highest has been like
about 300
people
at Eric's event.
300 people. Wow. I mean, obviously 1,000 is a lot. I know you're going to rock it. Just go and do your thing. At the end of the day, don't worry about how many people are in the audience. Just worry about what, you know, broadcasting your energy and sending out your message and your love. I think, you know, you have this natural magnetism built to you. But, you know, like as I was saying, Veronika, you've got these, you know, succession of events. You've had so much going on, you know, mixture of school, you know, keeping everything going. You know, how are you doing this? You know, don't just tell me I just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Like you were saying, you know, like when we go to these events, it's again because we've chosen to be on the personal development journey.
Yes.
And you know, doing it kind of part of as our living. So, you know, I'd rather turn down a party or a dinner, even though I know my friends probably hate me for that.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I kind of look at it that the balance, like you said yourself, you know, what I will learn, you know, what it's going to give me. Okay, I can always see my friends during the week, you know, but do I turn down the event that's going to actually give me something? I can network with, you know, meet maybe new business partners. Yeah. So I look at it like that. Even Vanessa now, we kind of discuss it. It's like, okay, do you want to do this, or do you want to go to an event where you obviously see and meet new people and stuff? So we kind of discuss it as well. But yeah, it can be quite draining, and we have the big event next weekend, and then I think it's calming down before Christmas. We'll be traveling for Christmas as well.
Right.
We also going to Kenya in January, which is super duper exciting.
Fantastic.
we're raising money for children in orphanages. So, guys, whoever is interested to giving whatever, £5, £10, we'll be more than grateful. And you can see we'll be vlogging with Vanessa. We'll be, broadcasting that
on my YouTube.
The charity doesn't take any money to themselves, doesn't go to any administration, straight to Kenya, to the children. Yeah.
Helping, like building houses and kitchens and improving their lives to their fullest, like how they were meant to be.
Well, I can tell you a little secret. My family's from Kenya, actually. So,
oh wow!
So I'm really pleased to hear that you're going this way. And this is amazing. So we're going to be taking all these links from you about where people can go and donate. We'll take the links for the YouTube channels and everything and we'll put them onto the post a bit later on to make sure everyone gets hold of this. We've got lots of people joining. Levi Balcon, Michael Server's on, Tosina Ganusi, James Porritt. They're all
well, Michael's awesome. Yeah.
So Michael's actually on the show this week as well. He's coming up on I think tomorrow. Actually, he's on tomorrow. So we've got a packed crowd coming in. So look, you guys are up to a lot of different things. I just want to move the conversation a little bit to choice. You talked about discussions about where do you go, what events you go to, and I understand that, guys, very much that you are investing in yourselves and you're looking at the net returns. That at the end of the day, if your friends are your friends, you know that whether you see them today or you see them in a week's time, it won't make so much difference. So how do you make the decision on what's right and what do you need to sort of maybe hold back on? Is it just give us some insights into how you guys choose the events and stuff that you do?
Well, it's
go on. You go.
Go on.
Yeah, you go first. Go on.
So it's just like if we have like someone's birthday party, or if it's a personal development event, we would pick the personal development event because I keep on telling my mum that, because she's just like, oh, I don't feel like I'm missing out, or like I don't even mind if you say this.
That's okay.
It's like if we miss out on something, I always say that it's going to be worth it at a time. It's going to be worth it. Like, we're going to be the people who won't be missing those things out anymore, because all that knowledge will be worth it. I mean, if I went to a birthday party, I know that I wouldn't get any knowledge, and I know that there wouldn't be anything that would help me in life. It's the same as school. If you're learning about Rome or Greek, when will you need that knowledge in your life? Never. Probably
you
not.
might do.
You might, but it's not going to be that important.
Depends what you want to be.
And in school, they don't really teach you about how to make money work for you. They don't tell you about helping or helping your financial struggle or anything like that. They just don't tell you that, because they just say, oh yeah, be an average child, get a secure job, and don't take risks. That's what they say.
Oh my God, you are so many years ahead of what you're supposed to do.
What would we do if we knew all this when we were 10 years old, isn't it?
Well, guys, I mean, I've got an audience here. Come on, you got to have some questions for at least Vanessa, if not Veronika. But I'm telling you something, there is a little star emerging here. But Vanessa, I'm going to take you to task on this, because I think you bring some very, very valid points. My business that I started about 5 years ago, called Enterprise Lab, was this very thing to help bridge the gap between education and employment. That's how I started my company, and really I started this because I was frustrated that wasn't enough life skills being taught in education. So what we wanted to do is say that if you can't take the young people to life skills, then let's bring the life skills into the schools and the education framework. Because you're absolutely right. What happens in education is that we are taught from the same book, we're taught the same answers, we're asked to conform. Now, whilst I agree with your mum in the principles of topics and subjects and things like that will be relevant depending on what kind of career you want, the way in which we're taught, it needs to change, and we need to bring more of this. So Vanessa, bringing you back to task, are you powering to start doing some of this kind of stuff in schools? are you going to be taking your message into schools to help young people kind of be inspired by you as a person, say, look, I'm schooling, I'm studying, I'm practicing the things that I love, and I'm going out and sharing, so people can, they can do things like this, or go and achieve their topics. What's your visions, Vanessa, for going into schools and stuff?
Well, lots of
We
people
were invited already.
lots of people were saying like we should go in schools and start speaking in schools to try and motivate children, and because it's like a school, like there are not going to be children there. So yeah, I think that's something that we can put on our list, something that we can start doing.
We've been already invited to a school, I think it's a private school in Becomimg in January for to come to assembly. So yes, that will be something definitely that we can start looking at, because it will be amazing. So not just Vanessa obviously is taking on the stage, in front of adults, and a lot of adults getting inspired by her, but like exactly what you said, children need that, because as well, like she now found out about the positive side and negative side of it, because when she actually won an award for Young Inspiring Person, so she went to school and shared it. So then she shared what she's doing, and so they thought it's incredible. It's actually a big deal, because she's quite, what I like about Vanessa, she's quite humble, and she's not one of those children that like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber, oh yeah, I'm a motivational speaker. She won't be telling you when she first meet you, and it's like, you need to share what you do as well, to grow your YouTube, to grow your audience, and stuff like that. And she's still kind of shy a little bit, and when she went to school and shared it, obviously she had the positive and negative outcome of it, but I said, that's just part of life, because you will learn how to deal with it. And yes, they always, and then even Eric and Warren says, if you don't have haters, then you're not famous enough. So
you're not doing your job well enough if you've got people that don't like you.
And those who don't agree, and that's the same exactly with my business. If there are people who do not agree with what we do and what we what she's doing and what I'm doing, they're not on that journey like we are. But those like-minded people, they will understand, and they will see why we're doing it, and what is going to do in the future for us.
And it's just like we gave them the opportunity, like we can help them, and for you as well, like helping them with their health and their wellness and everything. And it's just like we're giving the like someone, like if we say that I'm the person who is being offered the opportunity, many people will say, oh yeah, I'm okay, I don't need it. So unfortunately, we can't say, oh yeah, please don't. We just say, okay, we gave you the opportunity to help you. If you don't want to be helped, then you don't want to be helped. That's just your choice. I mean,
It's, look, you've got it nailed on the head, because again, we have a lot of people who own businesses or have started businesses, and I think we can quite easily fall into a tendency to think we've got to serve everyone, and everyone needs to understand us, and everyone needs to buy from us, and we need to make sure that we're touch pointing everyone. But I think Vanessa, what you're talking about here, and the fact, and Veronika, same thing in sense of you can only serve the people that understand you, and you only can connect and make increased value in those that want that from you. What I want you to remember, Vanessa, is what you do is it's like a rock, basically, or a pebble, and if you threw that pebble into a pond, okay, what happens is the pebble, when it hits the water, the pebble falls down, okay. But what it does is it creates this disruption in the water, right? So the water goes up and down, so that's positive and negative. Eventually, the water will settle. But what happens to the water when you throw a pebble into it? What happens, Vanessa? What do you think happens if you throw
it either falls or it does the ripple effect.
Yeah, exactly that. So once the water settles, the ripples get bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I want you to remember and learn is whatever it is that you launch into the market, think of that as the pebble. It's going to create positivity and negativity. But because if you continue doing what you're doing, your ripples will get bigger and bigger and bigger. So what happens is it takes time for people sometimes to understand how it works for them or why they should be listening to you. So you keep doing what you're doing and let people come to you as opposed to you having to go to people. Does that make sense?
That's really good. Then maybe you can use it in one of your speeches as well.
Yeah, it's copyrighted to me, but I'll license it to you. How's that?
It's amazing because, like, obviously, when we meet people, a lot of people saying, you know, like how we started or what, and Vanessa often says, you know, I'm her inspiration, but. Like I was saying, if I wasn't going on my personal development journey and having my business and doing things that I'm doing and helping others, but also as well being dragged into all the events I go to, she kind of, you know, sucked up the knowledge and realized that can be something that she can use, and she just picks little bits from different events, and then she puts it in her speeches or in her knowledge. And even like on Saturday when they were saying, Eric was saying that, you know, everybody needs to like prepare and learn word by word and be structured and all that. And if you actually speak from heart, you know, that's the best speeches, and that makes the most impact. Vanessa didn't know she's going to speak on Saturday. She's been told in the morning, do you want to speak? You know, can you tell something? Can you talk about something? After lunch, she went on the stage, literally had 5 minutes. But like, even for me as a mom, it's fascinating because she doesn't prepare. She just writes 3-point bullet points. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, okay, it's just like, I'm panicking because I was like, what is she going to come up with? And then she just smashes the stage, you know, like people's like, oh my gosh, she does it naturally. It just comes out naturally. And I think that's what, for me, you know, I need to, even though we're doing Luke is coming later on your show as well. We're doing Luke's speaker training, but I don't want to be I don't want to be a motivational speaker, but in the way I am, because I'm a business coach and a mentor.
Yes.
So I need to be able to put my message across and know what to talk about and stuff. So I need a little bit as well. So it's not like, oh, why are you doing all your Facebook lives? You know, do you get paid for it? Like those people with closed mindset, they're like, why are you always doing Facebook Live? Why are you talking about this? Do you get paid for it? And it's like, no, I'm adding value to people. And those who want to work with me and who's going to fall in love with us, you know, in that way, they will want to work with us. That's what we're doing.
And it's just like, what was I gonna say? It's just like when people like, if you see someone when you're going to work and you go on the tube and you see someone singing or something, because we normally get this when we go to the events. We hear music every time, and because they sing with passion and they make the music with passion, and then the money drives in. If you're doing something for money, you won't get the money because you're doing it wrong. It's the same with helping people. If you like someone's clothes, say, "Oh yeah, I like your clothes," because you don't know what difference you can make. And obviously, there is a reward. But you just don't know, because if you're expecting something, you're doing it wrong. You really are.
Amazing. So amazing. Let's take some comments here, guys. If you've got any questions for the dynamic duo, which is Vanessa and Veronika, I'm going to flip it around now because it seems like the little one's the boss here. Who have we got here? We've got James Porritt saying hi, Veronika. Hey, Vanessa. Tamara said hello to. James is saying it's a tremendously inspiring. Janet Mahappy Banks has said you're amazing. Tamara Enley, Vanessa is so right. Schools do not accommodate for real life. Yes, education is fine, but schools need to be equipped children for real life tools and skills to prepare them for the real world. Justin Devonshire's tuned in from Cyprus. I've got Sumit Gohil from London. Catherine Ann Blakey's on. Asta I can't say your surname. I don't want to. I'm going to go for Abuke, basically. You're an amazing ladies. Well done to you both. Round of applause. Vanessa and Veronika are such awesome people to be around. That's Aaron Tan. He's here talking about being so inspiring. So they're all, look, you know, you guys have got major support out there. Guys, we've got about roughly about 20 minutes left, so get your questions in for the dynamic duos, because you know, at the end of the day, we've got to be on point, because Vanessa needs to make sure that she's had a dinner, and then she's got to do some prepping. I want to come back to these paintings of yours, Vanessa. You said them a bit earlier, and I think maybe some of the people that joined in a bit later on. For those of you who have been following Vanessa, and if you're not already, you can find her on Facebook under the idea of Inspiring Vanessa. She's got an account there. She's got a YouTube account, which we're going to be putting the details up for. But not only just taking to the fact of reading books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and actually, as Veronika was saying, from all these different events that Veronika's been taking Vanessa to, she's really started to suck in all the kind of information and take the little sound bites to create her talks. She's an actual creative artist as well, and she's been producing a series of paintings which she's now selling as well. She's trying to raise, you know, the two of them are going to be going to Kenya next year to do fundraising and stuff like this. Vanessa, these paintings, what inspired you to make these paintings?
What inspired you? She's speechless for once.
I know how to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
I love these. So what kind of made it to you? I mean, you started to talk, and what kind of gave you this thing? Oh, do you know what? I want to start painting these pictures and stuff like that. What made you? Is it just something that you have an interest in doing, or is it something that inside you spoke out to you and said, "Start painting"?
Well, basically, when we first met Warren, we also met Julian Horn.
Yeah.
And he teaches children entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And then we learnt more about him, and then I started taking the Ultra Kids Club. And then they were saying, oh yeah, what would you like to do for your business? So you can start selling the thing at the end of the term event. And I was just like, I wondered to myself, what can I make something that I love,
yeah,
to a business? So what I came up with was obviously painting, because I'm passionate about art. So I was just like, maybe I can just sell paintings, so then we started doing them, and we just like, instead of having them just paintings, why can't they have a special message to them? So when you look at them, they're not just beautiful, they also have a message that you can look at every single day.
Amazing.
So like, if you have this one, which is one of my first quotes, I don't know if you can read it, but it says, life is like a flower, so try and keep those petals on. And when people and basically when people look at this, they know, like, if you know the definition of it, or you can like think of it like that, then you'll know what it means. So if you don't know what it means, or if you're not quite sure, so basically, so basically each petal represents stages of life. So let's say this one is a child stage. So once you turn into a teenager, that means that the child petal will fall off, which means you can never be a child again, can you?
Yes.
So basically, once you have each of the petals falling off, unfortunately your life has ended. So that's why you need to use each petal before it falls off. Amazing. So that's what it means.
Amazing. And actually, one thing that I'd like to add to that, if I may, Vanessa, is that sometimes we had last week, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to see the video, but we had Nerea Carry-On last week on Friday, and she's all about happiness and the fulfillment. And what we actually found was one of the keys to happiness is going back to your inner child. So the fact that your painting has this message about life is like a flower, and you've got, try and keep the petals on. There's one thing about holding on to that petal of being a child, is because you're, right now, you as a child, you're very free in your mind, you're very open to what you want to do. You have this kind of mentality within yourself that you say, well, what's stopping me doing something? As we get older, we become a little bit more mature and stuff like this, and I think sometimes we can be drowned away in our own pressures and our own little lives where we start to become unhappy. But having that little pestle of childness still there that we can go back to is going to be very, very good. Bilal Jamil's come in and it actually just said, I need to have this new star at our public speaking academy event in London. I'm booking her in. So apparently you're getting a booking. So Shamalia Mahmood has just come on as well. Just to say hello.
My love.
So you've got a few there. Now, coming back to these paintings, so you've been you thought, this is all from Julian Hall. I know Julian Hall and his Ultrapreneur and Ultra Kid stuff. So I know that he had his end of term extravaganza over the weekend.
Yeah,
we saw loads of different things. So someone tells me, a little birdie told me that you were doing some interviews and some speaking there as well. Do you want to tell us what you were doing at Julian's event then, Vanessa?
Well, basically, we were selling the canvases, and it was actually really, really nice, because it's just like seeing all the children, seeing what they have, and seeing what kind of ideas they have. Like, there was a girl, and it was like on her leaflet it said, "When you're writing, do you have dry lips?" Well, it's a pen and balm, and basically they just stuck a balm on a pen. And they just sell them like that. Like, I would never think of that.
Solution to
it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing.
It's just like, now you can get a pen and balm.
A pen and balm.
Turn the pen over.
Apple
put
pen.
the lip balm.
Apple pen.
When you're writing, does you end up trying to put the balm on at the same time? How does it work?
So I was just like seeing all these amazing ideas, and there's also other children. Yeah, one of the girls there is called Jasmine Redmond. She's got her own colouring book. There's Naharia, who's the daughter of Julian, and she has her chocolate spread, and it's suitable for anybody. So it's dairy free, and it's for vegetarians as well. It's just
Tegan as well.
We've got Tegan Helen, and we've got her book. She just published her new book. It's just like I would never think of these ideas, and because they're sold out already, is because they love what they do. Because you need to love what you do, because then it doesn't feel like a job. If you're going to a job that you don't like and you're passionate about that, then basically it is a job. It is a job, because otherwise, you don't have fun.
Kind of become a slave to the cash, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Who did you interview? You had 2 interviews, isn't it? Yeah. Who did you interview? Or who interviewed you?
I got interviewed by Ellie. I'm not sure what you. I'm not.
Yeah, Ellie. Yeah, she was the MC for the day. So
nice.
It was a HMP TV. I think. Yeah.
And I got interviewed by the Silborn Show.
Fantastic. And now you're on the best show ever, the League of Disruptors show. So this is the one that gets broadcasted everywhere. We don't need the TV channel. We broadcast everywhere. We've got viewers from all over the world listening into you. And I think, guys, if you're watching this and you're listening to this right now, take the advice that a 10-year-old is giving you today, which is, if you're not in love with what you're doing, it's just a job. You can't get the passion. And when you're working on something, it's not about the expectation of a reward. Just say the things that you mean and feel, because at the end of the day, the reward can come back in more ways than just the financial reward. This is the stuff that Vanessa's preaching out to you guys. It becomes the center of your business here. So look, we're roughly about 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go, guys. If you've got any other questions, please get them through to us. So tell us more about Kenya. How did this come about? And
for me?
Yeah.
I get to speak as well.
Yeah, we're going to give you that.
So we got the opportunity to, when we've met Eric, when we met Eric home.
Yeah.
his organization is Giving, and he's been going out to Kenya since I think it's 2011. I can't remember.
So about 5 years ago.
And then he goes there, and then they started with children. There was, I think, about 30 orphans. Now they have orphanage building up to 300 children, making absolute impact there. It was amazing. And like what you were saying about not being happy, in what you do, and that he was in that stage where he had all the money, he had businesses, but he wasn't happy himself. And his friend invited him down to Kenya, and then he went there, and then he saw, it's like, well, the kids don't have anything, but yet they're happy. And we don't actually appreciate what we have. We moan about things, and I'm not, none of us are perfect. I do moan about things. I want things to be better, obviously.
Sure.
But even for Vanessa to see things that how they live there, it's going to be an eye opener. So it's going to be amazing, because we're going in January for 10 days, and I will be opening a branch of my business there. So that was my little light bulb moment, to be able to help, because we work worldwide. So if there's, obviously, like you said yourself, your people who are watching us now, they're from all over the world. I can work with them. We can work and build their business in their home country, and help them to create, freedom, for their family.
So
yes, we're going to donate. So just before you start there, where is this orphanage in Kenya? Whereabouts? Do you know exactly where it is?
It's Western Kenya.
Okay.
It starts with a K.
just gonna go and look.
If I'll quickly have a look, it's Western Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't pronounce it.
We'll have all the details on the links that we'll be providing through, basically. But so it's in Western Kenya that you're working. Luke Scott's just joined in. I know, Luke, you're up next, mate. But Luke's saying he can't wait for Kenya either.
Minutes. We here.
Because don't rain on their parade just yet. Basically, they still got another 5-10 minutes to go. Basically, so give it, Vanessa. If you just kind of come a little bit in towards your mother, so you come onto the screen there. Basically, perfect, lovely. What are you going to do out there? So you're going to go over there. You're going to meet all these kids, because I've done a lot of work in Africa myself as well, and believe me, it's a brilliant feeling, to the fact that you can go out there and meet so many different people. Not this whole thing of they don't have anything and we've got too much and they're happy and we're not, but it's very much a case of the way that you're going to be accepted there over there. It's completely different to the things over here. So what have you got planned? What have you got planned? What do you want to do when you're over there?
Kakamega. It's called Kakamega.
Kakamega.
In Kakamega. Yeah.
Kakamega.
Western, Kakamega.
Do you know what? Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if my mother-in-law's from there. Actually, so I'll have to check that. But it's all very close there. Go away, Vanessa. Over to you. Sorry.
It's okay. So basically, what we're going to be doing is all the money from people who have been donating is going to go into like building houses.
Yeah.
So like building more homes for people. So the money for getting everything there, everything unfortunately costs money.
Of course.
So we need to get everything for the things. So,
clean water, pens, books.
With the money and everything, so it will be able to go into building houses and kitchens and
you can teach them speaking and drawing
and like educating them, teaching them how to draw and all these things that they unfortunately probably they don't know. So it's going to go all into like building houses, as I said, and getting them clean water to drink.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing any special classes? Like you're going to be teaching them how to paint, and maybe even doing your own version of the speaking academy, where you might get them to start becoming little mini speakers as well? What, are you got anything special lined up for them?
No.
We haven't thought about it yet. Yeah, but I mean, they have a lot of projects because it's quite a few of us going with giving. So they have a lot of projects lined up, and obviously they already been doing stuff. And that's like what I was saying. When people donating and sending text messages, £5 to whatever charity, and on TV you see it, and they raise millions. And it's like, if you think that we were raising money on Masters of Success, and it was about £2,000 risen there,
Fantastic.
and it will help to build a roof above their heads. And you're thinking, they're raising on TV 2 million. Where is that 2 million gone? It doesn't even get to Africa, which H Giving don't take any money. They will just take the money that we will raise, or they will raise, and they will buy and spend the money in the country, so it gives back to the economy there. And so it's absolutely incredible what they're doing, and we are so happy we are part of it.
Half of it.
Vanessa was doing an auction, and she did raise about £1,000 for her paintings.
Amazing! Well, congratulations. That's a lot of money for
Amazing.
Yeah, but it just went into this bucket too.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. But like you were saying, if I have any tips quickly, because I know we always get diverted to Vanessa. But if there are any mums or parents, like you said, if they're watching, and I was one of the skeptical parents when I wasn't sure when Vanessa came up, and it's like, I want to be a YouTuber. But actually now seeing the potential, what YouTubers are doing, and
it's crazy,
and so I wasn't sure, because I know I speak to a lot of mums, and they're like, oh, what you doing? Because I was scared. It's like, I know there's a lot of people out there, and but if you look at YouTube, there's so many children that if you look at if it was a child model or anyone, so you kind of need to let go and let them do what they want to do. And kind of obviously have that parent security there. I'm doing her social media, she's not on there, she's only 10. So she doesn't have her own personal Facebook page. We run for her Facebook page for her. The comments on YouTube are monitored. So even if there's any not very nice comments, she will tell me, or we will delete them. So we don't accept any negativity. And as well, if there's anyone from school, they class it as bullying. So they really approach it, quite strictly as well. So I've asked, Julian, who has his daughter on YouTube, she's a YouTuber. I've asked a few people, and now Vanessa is all over social media, and people loving her, and so even if she wants to be a model, she want to become, a famous actress, she will be out there, and then she just needs to learn, with the positive and the negative. But obviously I'm there, and other people are there to guide her, to hold her hand. That's just fantastic. Because when she went to school and shared that she's got YouTube, and half of the school, the kids wanted a YouTube channel, but again, the parents, it's down to parents. They say, no, you're not doing it, you too little, you too this, and what would you do? And that's like, people eat food on YouTube, get paid for it. So if
people do really silly things, like, people are interested into it. Like once, like someone said that they work that like I don't know what it's. I don't know, but they're like someone who made 100 pounds of slime, and they put it in, and they done a slime bucket challenge.
Oh.
Or no, there's a video on YouTube. There's a man, and he bended. He found out how to bend an iPhone 7. That was 88 million views.
People
just goes to show. I think it's crazy. In one side it's crazy, but I'm gonna just to introduce this bit, and then I think I'm gonna see if there are a few more comments that I need to give, and some hellos and stuff, and then we're gonna kind of really get it down to getting these links out. So I want to make sure people are donating to your fundraising and making sure they're coming out and buying some of your paintings, Vanessa. The future TV is your smartphone. You see, so the channels are now YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. what our televisions are today, what radios are to us today now. You know, so this is why TVs are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, because everything's going online. Now, I understand totally with, you know, parents' concerns with the fact that, you know, someone as young as 10 having such a public profile in that respect. But it's down to, I think it's absolutely right, Veronika. It's down to your control. You've got to be committed into supporting that. You can't just expect your 10-year-old to have a channel and just, you know, lightly touch about the fact that you moderate everything, you control the social pages. All these things are very, very important triggers, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is not easy to do, and this you know, to build a following and a tribe isn't easy to do, but at the same time, having the right intentions with the content that you have out there and making sure that others are using it in the right intentions is also very, very important as well. So the fact that, you know, there's still control there. I think it's educating parents as much as the children now about what it takes to be a YouTuber and stuff like that. I think Vanessa and Veronika as a team, the two of you would make a very, very powerful combination of teaching people how to do that.
I mean, it's just like, if you want to know if your child is just started a YouTube channel, I mean, you can come and you can message my mum, and then we can meet up, and then I can show your child how to do videos and stuff. Because I mean, it's just about, like, if you love filming videos, then you'll be one of the famous YouTubers. If you don't like doing YouTubers, and you're not comfortable with being on camera, and you don't even want to do it in the first place, then it's going to be a very high chance that you're not going to get many views on that video.
Yeah, you heard it here first. You heard it here first from the official, the originals. I just want to get some props up for the few people. So we've had Martin Mustafa's on. Pretty sure has been talking about being very inspiring. My mother's obviously was asking where the orphanage was, and we've told that. Raghav Parkash is on as well. Luke Scott's joined in. Obviously again, Chris Richards. Jonathan Fowles on. Wow, hey Jonathan. So my mum's said, wow, if you get a chance, there is an orphanage in Mombasa where her granddaughter, my daughter, experienced for the first time of helping out there. My mum's also come back and just said, enjoyed this and it's been very rewarding. Anna Yaramboykova is on.
Hi,
I'm
Anna.
really bad with pronunciations. Anna, don't kick my ass when you see me, okay? Don't even get Ben Shorter to kick my ass either. And I heard Simone's in Italy now, so none of that's happening. So right, Veronika, cannot agree more with you. Well done, Vanessa. Denise Mortimer's joined us. Aleem is on. Jose Farina's come on. He's like, go Vanessa. So look, Vanessa, you've got a massive following here in the UK. I'm predicting a few things here. You've got 2 or 3 years and you're going to be a global superstar. You keep going the way you're going. Follow what you're wanting to do. Keep connecting with like-minded people. Take the opportunities to get out there and share the energy. You know, if anyone ever says, what can a 10-year-old ever teach me? The first thing is realization. That's the first thing.
You're never too old to learn from a younger, and you're never too young to learn from an older.
There you go. So it's all about learning from one another. Doesn't matter what age you are. Age is nothing but a number. Hey, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's do this. How can people connect with you guys? So let's get some. You know, obviously we've got Inspiring Vanessa, which is Vanessa's page, and we'll put the links up for these kind of things.
Well, if they type in Inspiring Vanessa on Twitter or YouTube or Instagram, you know, especially on Instagram, that's Vanessa creating her own quotes.
Very consistent on Instagram and YouTube. Like that's what I normally do. The rest is
if they wanted, they can add her on Snapchat. That she's on under V Inspires. But like you said, you know, we can message you and you can post or we can comment on and type out the pages so people can find us. The donation link as well. It's Vanessa's YouTube in the comments or in the description, but also on GoFundMe. So we can post that link down below as well. if anyone is interested to working with me, that would be absolutely amazing. It doesn't matter which part of the country or world you are in, you know. Look at this, you know, we can communicate, and I think it's just incredible. You can work with anyone across the globe and help them to change their life. And so my page is V Forever UK, so I can put that down in description as well. I've got YouTube channel that I'm building up. But they can find me also on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and social media as well.
Amazing. And Snapchat and everything. So, guys, what we're going to do is we'll get all the links put up. So I'll get Vanessa and Veronika to send these over to me. I'll have them all posted up. If you're watching this post-recorded, where the hell were you when we did this live? You've just missed a sensational session. Vanessa and Veronika, thank you very much for the time that you've extended to come on the show. I'm really, really pleased.
Thank you for having us.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and as I say, Vanessa, you're an absolute trooper. Just keep going where you're going. You, like you said, you just don't know what or who you're inspiring with everything that you're doing, and the fact that you're unknown or unconscious to it makes it even more powerful. I'm really proud to have someone like you on my show. You know, you are the head league of this little round of disruptors that we're trying to find here. So congratulations on everything that you guys have achieved to date. We'll get these links up, and definitely, guys, if you're watching this right now and pre-recorded, make sure you're going out and donating, because these guys are actually going across to Kenya to change young people's lives, basically. So, you know, there's all the paintings and everything that's there on hand. And you can also check out, I think, by connecting with Veronika and Vanessa, where Vanessa will be speaking next, if you need to go and get a little bit of that 10-year-old inspiration. Other than that, Vanessa, I think it's time you got your homework finished. And thank you very much for coming online. And guys, you're very welcome. So guys, stay tuned. In about an hour's time, we've got the one and only Luke Scott, who's going to be talking to us about how he's changing the dynamics for the speaking in the speaking industry. So what a start to this week of the League of Disruptors show. My name's Ketan Makwana.
Monday motivation.
My name's Ketan Makwana. This is the League of Disruptors show, and I'll see you guys soon.